Welcome back to Tasty Treats. Tonight we will be making chicken a la king. So in my pot, I've melted down about a quarter cup of butter, and I've got 2 chicken breasts that have been diced up and tossed with some oil, salt, black pepper, and fresh sage. So let's put this in the pot. Now, chicken a la king is actually, it's a white chicken stew that, excuse me, that has mushrooms and peas. So we don't want to get a lot of color on the chicken, but we are going to start by putting the chicken in here and forming some flavor base. Okay, so it's getting colored a bit. Well, it's cooking, not getting colored, but it's cooking. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into a separate bowl, making sure to leave the butter behind because that's going to saute our onions and mushrooms. Okay. So we'll turn that up a little bit. Onions and mushrooms with a bit of garlic go into the pot. Now the important thing is you want to cook the mushrooms pretty much completely. The moisture that leaches out of them is what colors the sauce. So we're going to cook it completely and have a lot of that evaporate off, so that less chance of it coloring and turning our sauce gray. And we'll add to this 2 teaspoons of salt, some freshly grated pepper, using white pepper for a white sauce is preferable, but whatever. Use what you've got, right? So that's going to cook. I'm going to add a teeny bit of fresh sage to it. Once that cooks, we'll add a bit of flour, form our roux, and then we'll add some nice broth, put the chicken back into it, let it cook, finish it off with some cream. It's been cooking for a couple minutes, so I'm going to add in a bay leaf, continue to stir around. And you can see the onions are becoming a little more translucent. The mushrooms are cooking down and releasing some of their moisture. And you can also see that there's not any color on the pot, which is what we want. We want to make sure that this stays nice and white. The chef told me it needs to be white as snow. Okay, so now I'm going to add some flour. Quarter cup of butter. About a quarter cup of flour. 1 to 1. 1 part fat, 1 part flour. Mix it around. Now we'll add the liquid. I'm just adding water today. For chicken meat, we'll add the flavor. You can use broth if you want. Little at a time. And again, cold liquid, hot roux. That helps to mitigate your lumps. Hot water into a hot roux, everything cooks right away. chicken. Make sure any bit of moisture that dripped out goes in. And this is going to cook for probably another half hour, 40 minutes. You want to make sure that chicken's good and cooked. Just don't forget, we've put it in and it's been only a quick sear, so the chicken's still fairly rare. Let this go, stirring periodically. Okay, so all the water that I was going to add has been added. The roux's been cooked out. I'm going to add the peas. Now that the chicken is about 90% cooked, add the frozen peas. And then I'm going to add my cream. I'm using coffee cream. If you want to use heavy cream, go ahead. Nice and light. Let that come back up to temp for about 10 minutes because the peas have to cook and the chicken needs to finish. So another 10 minutes and we'll adjust seasoning.